Hi everybody and welcome to Get Indie Gaming. It's been a little over a year since launch, and with the Greenlight system gone and Steam pretty much at saturation, the Nintendo Switch with its popularity and its portability has made an attractive home for indie games. As this video goes to air, there are now well over 400 available on the platform. With so much choice, here's our recommendations for the current top 10 best games on the Switch that you might want to check out. At number 10, Golf Story is a golfing sim within a humorous tale about a chap who gives up everything to become a pro golfer. The trouble is, while this fella has good intentions, he's really not very good at the sport. We found Golf Story a joy on the morning commute, where it shapes together two gameplay styles of the classic RPG and sporting simulation. With its dialogue, easy to grasp gameplay and wonderful art design, it's one for fans of the sport and for those who've never swung a club in earnest. Making its way to the dance floor, we have Floor Kids, a rhythm game featuring breakdancing and a funky and cool soundtrack with appealing comic-style graphics and animation. The dance moves are easy to learn, and once you get the hang of the controls, the different combinations come freely and you'll be throwing some shapes down on the floor with ease. While arguably a single-player experience, the multiplayer mode is an unexpected bonus to the package. This one's an understated game that's well worthy of anybody's attention. Recently launched onto the Switch after rave reviews and strong sales across other platforms, Night in the Woods boils down to a coming-of-age tale as the characters progress from the end of their schooling years into adulthood. While May, the main protagonist, can at times be hard to like, the game's dialogue and exceptionally well-written story tells a tale you can't help but empathise with. The game takes you through many emotions with its subtle humour and its delicate handling of difficult issues such as mental health and the consequences of hometown small-town stagnation. One for fans of racers such as Wipeout and Nintendo's own F-Zero series, Fast RMX is as delightful to look at as it is to play, with the developer having pushed the Switch to its very limits. The visuals of this anti-gravity racer are super smooth, with the action taking place at eye-wateringly fast speeds. We're huge fans of the use of two different exhaust colours to trigger boost speeds. Getting to the finish line first is all about mastering each of the 30 courses and finding the best lines to hit the boost zones and pick up the energy orbs. There's lots to challenge you here, and while the online player falls slightly short, Fast RMX sits nicely amongst the best of its kind. One of our top 10 games from last year and recently added to the 2018 BAFTA Game nominees, The Sexy Brutal is a mansion-based murder mystery where you're able to rewind time to help save the lives of attendees of a lavish party from being killed off by the mansion staff. Its clever design sees you pull together various clues as you watch where people go and what they do before making subtle changes to the environment to prevent a given murder, removing the ammunition from a gun being one such occasion. The visuals are partnered with a gorgeous soundtrack that you'll be humming over your morning coffee. The Sexy Brutal, different and compelling. The sequel to the cult 3DS game that in turn is now available to play on the Switch, Steamworld Dig 2, unlike its predecessor, isn't procedurally generated, which shines through in terms of the quality and construction of the level designs. It's got everything you would want to see from a sequel. It's more fun to play, most of the redundancy of the original has been removed, it's nicer to look at and comes with a better sounding musical score. We love the main storyline, but also the many side quests, which in turn makes this game a wonderful package, and when we feel everybody who likes this type of genre or feels like they'd have an introduction to it should pick up and play. And where would a top 10 indie games list on the Switch be without the inclusion of Stardew Valley? And given its cost, this one's perhaps the best value indie game across the whole platform. For those who don't know, you start the game clocking into your corporate job before running away to the country and your inherited farm to live off the land. A full year in the farming cycle lasts 20 or so hours, and the game can be played pretty much indefinitely. We often found ourselves passing comment during the day about how our crops were doing and whether or not we would have time to harvest some of them during our lunch break. It's a magical and captivating experience, and fans of Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing will feel right at home. This is perhaps the definitive tongue-in-cheek farming simulator available on any platform. At the bottom of the top 3, Gora, the only puzzler on the list, works equally as well within a portable mode as it does on the screen of a TV. We loved the subtlety at play here in what's truly an innovative gaming experience, and one that stays with you long after you've finished playing. One of the finer points of Jason Roberts' first game is how clever it can make you feel for working your way through the puzzles, and while such excitement is lost on subsequent playthroughs, the hand-drawn art which plays on surrealism and the melancholy remain as satisfying the third time as it did during your maiden attempt. Overall, it's an unfamiliar and distinctive game that's easy for us to recommend to anybody who likes to stretch the grey matter. The runner-up, Owlboy, came to the Switch in mid-February this year after first appearing on the PC back in 2016. Supposedly 9 years in the making, and according to the developer being influenced by the likes of Kid Icarus and Super Mario 3, the game's set within a floating island where the population of owl people are all under attack by pirates. The joy of the PC game has successfully been transferred with the tight and fabulous gameplay. The stunning visuals are back, with the masterful pixel art having been all tied together with a wonderful soundtrack. Like us, we suspect you will also love playing Owlboy for its characters and lore that are expertly told. If we were to criticise, we would like to see a map to aid navigation, and the final boss is perhaps at times a little bit of a chore to finish off. Although with that, once you start playing Owlboy on the Switch, it's rather hard to put down. At number 1, and the game we believe is the finest one so far available for the platform, Celeste is an all-time classic game of its type within the tough-as-nails run and jump variety. Celeste follows a pixel art design and character as she progresses on a journey up a mountain through many challenging and devilishly designed rooms. The gameplay is exquisite, and while jolly hard, Celeste has a novel way of dealing with this that enables you, the player, to adjust certain elements to make it more accessible. If you need more time to hang onto the walls without falling off, no problem. That can be adjusted, as can many other aspects. That can help less gifted players, or those, for example, with hand-eye coordination issues, to play and enjoy the game. This empathetic design style is one we'd like to see replicated in others, and we're hoping Celeste, with its ultimately uplifting message about perseverance, becomes a must-watch and play for future game developers. With Celeste taking our number 1 slot for the best game so far available on the Switch, it's time to say goodbye and wish you well. There's no doubt many a game we quote-unquote missed from this selection, so please feel free to drop us a note in all the usual places. Hope you've enjoyed this section, and if you have, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, why not subscribe to stay up to date with all things indie gaming. Hope to see you here again soon. Until the next time, cheerio.